Hello, everybody. In today's video, we're talking about Amber Reid's new members only live stream. Shall I say live stream? $10 a month for this stuff. Somebody help me. All right. Well, does the fun ever start? I feel like a goal of 2021 again. If you could not tell already by this ridiculous intro, everything I'm saying just for entertainment purposes only. Please don't take anything I say seriously. I'm sharing my opinions, not facts, on publicly accessible information first made public by public figures. Please don't go to these people's channels and leave mean-spirited, negative, discouraging, disparaging comments. Entertainment purposes only. Before we get started, this really affected me and upset me during the live. We all know that she treats her members really poorly and she disrespects them during the live stream. This is a literal thing that happened during her live stream. She was upset that I guess some people were making some jokes. Doesn't matter. She actually says during her live stream, the audacity of this, like once she did this, I was checked out, and this is absolutely unacceptable. She said that she messaged one of the members on Instagram and said that if there's any jokes, if you're going to be making any jokes, you will be blocked. Who are you to say that? Why doesn't that person, my question, stop paying you? This is the most ridiculous and inappropriate form of communication with your members, because I know that she says that she speaks to like a moderator on Instagram for her live streams. That's fine. You want to be besties with them? That's fine. For you to message somebody, I don't know if she actually did this, but there's no reason to think that she didn't. She says that she did. For you to message somebody and say, well, you better not make any jokes or you will be blocked. I think that you have an inflated sense of self. Who are you? You're a girl on the internet that would not be able to pay her rent right now or ever again if your members stop paying you. I think that disrespecting paying members and just disrespecting other people when there's really no need to shows you why you have such a poor relationship with your audience. This is absolutely unacceptable. And once that happened, it was very difficult for me to continue to watch this. Just in general, the way that she treats people, people are paying $10 a month to be disrespected by her. Let's start off with something that I think you would be interested in. Does she have a new girlfriend? I say yes. There's very clear and obvious signs that she does have a new girlfriend. She also is obviously more than likely getting a new cat, and she trashes Mama Lynn. It's an exciting time to be alive. Girls. Okay. All right, goals. So basically, this is how it starts. She basically starts talking a lot about how she doesn't want to like really engage in drama, right, on her channel, which we will get to later. And she says that she doesn't want to show a new girlfriend for views and money. Why would you ever say that if that's currently not going on in your life? Now, she then gets asked a very specific question. This question was clearly asked in order to provoke the following response. Somebody asked her in the live stream. They say to her, well, what is something that you are looking forward to? And she says, hanging out with my mom in a couple of days. I always look forward to that. Yeah. Don't worry, she trashed mommy. She thinks about it for a minute. Wow, the suspense is killing me. What a stunning turn of events, everybody. Yeah, so then she's like, yeah, well, I wish I could say this, but I can't say this. There's things I want to say, but I can't say. Clearly, if she was going to a Billie Eilish concert, she would tell you. Obviously, she feels that she can't tell you because she's going to spend time with her girlfriend. It is obvious that she is in a relationship. I don't want to belabor the point. Is that a real word? I don't know. This is a vocabulary channel, but basically she has said extensively not to like send her any flirty messages on Instagram. She's not acting single because she doesn't feel single. Also, when she's single, she acts super desperate. And she hasn't been acting super desperate in the love department. She doesn't do too many thirst traps. There was one thirst trap that she did to throw us off the scent of her not having a girlfriend. It's obvious that she does. She's also texting somebody throughout the entire stream. And the reason I bring up that she says, hey, don't send me Instagram DMs that are flirty is because that's how Amber gets girlfriends. Why would she ask people not to flirt with her on Instagram if she, if she was single? Like, if she was single, she would definitely want people to flirt with her on Insta and TikTok. She obviously has a girlfriend. Who is texting her throughout this live stream? She says it's mommy, but it can't be mommy all the time. Obvious, because she always tells in herself that she clearly has a girlfriend. Let's move on from that. which is clear as day that she has a girlfriend. What happens is somebody keeps texting her and she's like, okay, I just need to answer this. Don't be mad, which is disingenuous, disrespectful, and unacceptable. Refund your members, which we will get to. Okay. No one other than her does these type of things on their live streams because people have respect for their audience. And by the way, I'm just going to say it. Even if people don't have respect for their audience, they don't have the audacity to show it. She has the audacity to show it. So she starts looking at text messages and smiling, and somebody says, is this your new girlfriend? And she says, no, my mom may be getting a kitten, and basically says that she may be getting a kitten too. Now, before we go any further than that, I just wanted to say something. So for Amber, can I call you Pookie? So basically for her, she's a very rudimentary manipulator. And what do I mean by that? So it's, of course, possible that maybe mommy texted her at that moment, but at the same time, she still does have a girlfriend. Remember Amber's infamous statement, two things could be this happening at the same time, simultaneously. Yeah, that's Amber's other buzzword. That's the only time I'm going to be saying that word. My point here is this. Could mommy have texted her about the cat? Sure. Does she have a girlfriend? Sure. I don't think that mommy texted her all throughout the stream. Whoever's texting her is probably the girl, and mommy texts her once in a while. So maybe at that moment it was mommy, but in general she has a girlfriend. There's no way mommy's texting her all through the stream. I don't think mommy cares that much. Moving on. Just my opinion. Let's talk about the cat. I'm going to be showing you some photos right now. So there's supposedly 3 cats. And what she's saying is that somebody in her family, has cats, and one of the cats had kittens. Amber claims, and they're letting the kitten stay with the mom for a while, the cat mom, until everything is okay. So then Amber starts talking about getting a new cat. She says that her mom is probably getting a kitten and she's going to name her Adrian, whatever. And then she says that the kitten that she was actually playing with is, of course, get ready for it, girls. The kitten that she wants to maybe possibly take is obsessed with her and did not want to let Amber go. The kitten is obsessed with her. Amber, I have news for you. Animals are not obsessed with you. You treat them super, 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 super poorly, and no one is obsessed with you. Animals are not obsessed with you. People are not obsessed with you. It's you, I guess, trying to pretend that everybody loves you, and we're sick and tired of it. If an animal loves you, an animal loves you, but no one is obsessed with you. Animals are not obsessed with you. Get over yourself, okay? You're just saying that. Okay, look, when she says that the new kitten that she may adopt is obsessed with her, this has the same energy as when the dentist said that she had really good teeth, because she actually said that recently, or when somebody complimented her on how great she smells at 3 a.m. at Denny's. I'll take something that never happened for 100 bob. Omen wants to adopt a cat. It's so terrible. Somebody said to me on my community page, and I completely agree. Amberlynn Reid, I've said your full name, Hans Christian Amberlynn. This person needs to be on a do not adopt animal list. How is she able to continuously adopt animals and mistreat them? In my opinion, she does nothing but mistreat them, and there's proof and there's evidence of it, okay? Let's not forget how she left her dog Twinkie shaking in pain and went to Chili's. Let's not forget that Twinkie wasn't eating for days until Amber noticed that and took Twinkie to the vet. Never mind how unhealthy Twinkie is currently. The best part, how Rarity ran away twice and then you blamed it on her, your cat, and said that she was exploring too hard. It's just, honestly, it's just so inappropriate that she's gonna take another cat in, okay? So basically, this is what she says. She says the cat loves her, is obsessed with her. She then says that she really misses Rarity. She says this twice. She says, we really miss Rarity over here. And she says if she gets this new kitten, she will microchip the kitten. And if it's in her future, it's in her future. Then she has enough audacity to bring up the thousands of people who, quote, whose cats go missing every year. The delusion here is palpable. You claim you're going to microchip this kitten, but you have still failed. You still fail to microchip your other animals because they're still not microchipped, even though you lost Rarity. Okay. And even though you promised you would microchip your other animals, you have time to go to bingo. You have time to have a girlfriend that you're hiding from YouTube. No one cares on YouTube. Please stop talking about it. I wish everyone would stop asking her if she had a girlfriend also, because I really don't care. Amber, you have time to do everything except take care of your animals. You're obviously taking care of yourself very poorly if you ignore toothaches for years. Please tell me why you should have another cat and ruin another cat's life. Their pets may have ran away, but you have done everything in your power to mistreat your animals. Okay. I cannot even believe that she would do this. And by the way, okay, you know how I say that she's a manipulator, right? The reason that I bring this up is, you know how she went around saying, oh, well, I miss Rarity so much. So in this live stream, as she's talking, oh my God, this is such a rudimentary manipulation tactic. It's not very advanced, Pookie. Okay. She's saying, I really miss Rarity. We really miss Rarity over here. But at the same time, she's saying, oh, if it's in my future, I may get a new cat. I was thinking of getting, like my other animals, like a best friend and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. Why is she saying two of these things at the same time? So there's a very old rudimentary manipulation tactic. And it's when you say something negative and something positive at the same time. You say what you really want to say. What she really wants to say is, hey, she wants a new cat. To treat so amazingly. But she knows that people are going to be like, how did you forget Rarity? How dare you? Amber, how dare you leave Wisconsin without Rarity? Okay. How dare you lose her for yet another girl of the month? And then what did you do? Okay, what did you do? You left Wisconsin without Rarity. So why am I bringing this up? She wants to tell you that she misses Rarity to soften the blow while she is saying that she's actually going to get a new cat. Now, she may get a new cat. She may not get a new cat, but I think eventually she will and I'm going to tell you why I think she gets animals. She needs to believe that people love and are obsessed with her. It's not enough that her family loves her. It's not enough that some people enjoy her YouTube channel. She wants to constantly feel like some obsession from animals. Like, just stop. Okay, here's the thing. To be honest with you, there's nothing anybody can do to stop her from getting animals. In the older days, people used to call animal control on her. It did nothing for her. She has mistreated Twinkie numerous times. She didn't cut Twinkie's nails for years, and that's why animal control was called on her, and then she started going to the vet. If they never called animal control on her, my opinion is, would have never ever started cutting Twinkie's nails. I've already told you all the things that she's done to her animals. She also, in my opinion, this is my opinion, she is behind the disappearance of her ex-girlfriend Destiny's cat Gracie. They blamed it on like another girl they were living with, but never forget that Amber needed to get another cat at the time. And if you don't know what happened when she was living with Destiny and Destiny had her family cat Gracie, Amber wanted another cat, but there was a pet capacity in the apartment building that they lived in. So then, as soon as Gracie magically ran away, just like Rarity ran away twice, Amber said a lot of really callous and cold things like, Gracie's in a good place now, to Destiny, who was like distraught, and she was smiling throughout the video. She was just being herself. She's gotten really good at not being herself in her YouTube videos. My point here is this. I hope you don't get the cat, and this is why. Because you mistreat your animals, and quite frankly, you have demonstrated recently that you cannot take care of yourself, and we already knew that. And what I mean by that, and I only mean one thing by that you ignore obvious social cues in society and of your own existence to help yourself. What do I mean by that? Recently, she had a tooth fall out of her mouth, and her initial response was, I didn't think anything of it. She did not seek help after having a tooth infection for a very long time. And she did not get any help for her tooth for a very, very long time. Her dentist told her that that tooth is not salvageable. She continued to stay in pain. These are things that she said in her video. So somebody who continues to ignore their own health status repeatedly, not just with the tooth, how can you then take a precious soul, a precious new life of a kitten, and then take care of her? You cannot take care of yourself or anyone else without your mom. What are you going to do when mommy can't take you to the vet or to the ER, Pookie? Okay, so the point is, if you're looking for my opinion, which I'm assuming you are, please make up your own opinions. By all means, let me know what you think in the comments down below. She's definitely going to get a new cat, or at the very least, she's definitely thinking about it. And I see some comments on my community page when I'm recording this that people think that she already has the cat and is just not telling you that. Okay, possible. The thing is that Amber is a professional deceiver. So anything is possible. I just think it's wrong for you to continue to adopt animals only to lose them in 30-degree weather. in the winter. I think it's wrong. These animals deserve a safe and stable, good home. The next time go move your pets across the country for another girl, you're going to lose this kitten. Like, honestly, I just wish that there was something, some way to stop her from like adopting helpless animals that she is going to eventually lose on purpose, in my opinion, because she mistreats animals. Okay. There's documented videos from her channel. I'm going to try to find some and link them down below in my description box if you would like to see. And that is why I do not believe that she should be having any more animals. I feel that Wasabi Twinkie should have been rehomed. There's nothing I can do about it. All I can say is hopefully the universe can help the next animal that Amber adopts. One last point. So she has enough audacity to bring up the supposed thousands of people whose cats ran away. First of all, she's doing that to manipulate you. Again, another rudimentary manipulation tactic. Oh, well, this happened to many other people. Oh, like what I'm going through happens to so many other people. Therefore, you shouldn't judge me so unfairly for this. Here's the difference between the people whose cats ran away and you. My personal opinion, I will never change my mind on this. It's not a fact. It's my opinion, but I'm 100 on this. She leaves the door open on purpose. She left Gracie. She let her leave on purpose. She let Rarity leave on purpose. I think that it's very difficult for her to take care of animals. I'm not judging her for that. What I am judging her for is mistreating them. Do not compare yourself, Miss Reid, to the people that genuinely had accidents. When one thing happens, one time it's an accident. What you have going on here with Gracie and Rarity running away 2 times, right? Gracie running away once, supposedly, and Rarity running away multiple times is called a pattern. A pattern is a dedicated path to doing something one way. I don't believe that you wanted to take care of these animals because you can't. Rehome them rather than lose them on purpose, which is what you're doing, Miss Reid. Let's move on. All right, let's move on to her trashing mommy. So remember when we were talking about how she will say something positive and then make sure to say something negative? And she's just saying something positive to offset, to, I know what you're doing, Amber, to make believe that you're just, like, oh, you're just saying such nice things about mommy or anyone else. But deep down inside, this is what I believe, okay? She is, in my opinion, jealous of anyone that the audience really likes that she introduces. She was jealous that people liked her exes more than her. She was jealous that people liked, in my opinion, Ricky more than her, okay? So the point is, I don't care what she says because it's palpable. Like her behavior, it shows what she doesn't say. Like, I feel like, and this is just my advice to people, always pay attention to what people do rather than what they say, because it's what people do that actually matters. Anyone can say anything to you. Action speaks louder than words. That's it. Okay. So she starts talking about when she's talking about her tooth. And she's like, my mom was holding my hand when I got my tooth removed. She was so great. She did so much for me. My mom is so amazing. And my mom was saying how happy she was that she got to be here for me because my mom was never there for me, you guys. My mom was never there for me in the past. She was never there for me. Now, just remember that she said this. Let's jump to this. She was driving by a jail in the state that she's in with mommy, and she said, Mom, is this the jail that you were in? Oh, like I was looking at the windows, the windows were there, and I was looking, oh, Mommy, is this the jail that you were in? Because it's part of your lore. Now, let's just handle one thing at a time. Obviously, she's saying the positive thing to offset the negative thing. She wants there to be a balance in order so she can trash mommy, but say, oh, no, because I know exactly what this woman is going to say. She's going to say, when confronted with trashing mommy, no. I was just talking about the past. I was actually praising my mom and saying how amazing she is to me now. And my mom is the one that said that she was never there for me. Then you repeated it, Amber. You didn't have to repeat it. Look, it's the same thing as with the jail. So no judgment about people spending time in prison or jail. I'm just saying that she is a public figure and she knows that people judge this sort of stuff, obviously. And a lot of people have no idea that her mother went to prison. A lot of people don't know what her mother went to prison for. It wasn't the best thing in the world. My point here is this: why continue to bring up negative parts about your mother's life if you're not jealous of how much your audience loves her? And that's all I have to say. These rudimentary manipulation tactics do not work on me. You are jealous that your audience loves Mama Lynn and that you don't have a good relationship. Well, the majority of your audience, you don't have a good relationship with your audience, because there's actually no reason to continue to reiterate that your mom wasn't there for you in the past. There's no reason to continue to repeat that she was in prison, except, of course, to hear yourself talk, Amber. So let's move on from that. But my opinion is, when somebody tells you something positive and it's followed up by a negative thing, it's the negative thing that they want to get across. They're just using that positive thing so that when confronted, they could say, oh, but I said such great things. No, it's called manipulation and gaslighting, and most of your audience is not going to fall for it. Okay, the audacity of this person to disrespect her audience members and disrespect the people that are paying $10 a month. First of all, I've said it before and I'm going to keep saying it. It is so hard for me to watch these live streams because she's so mean to people. I mean, it's at its core, that's what it is. Like, at its core, it's wrong to treat people that way, period. Never mind people that are paying your light bill, Pookie. Okay. She does like a roll call of everyone that didn't come to her live stream. Who cares that they didn't come? They still paid you $10 a month. You, my dear, don't show up sometimes. They're paying you not to show up. I thought that was an in poor taste. That's just my personal opinion. Poor taste to do that. Okay. So it is glaringly, blatantly obvious, so obvious to me, that this person does not want to make up the 4 hours that she missed. Okay. She did not go live twice recently, okay, and never made up the 4 hours, because each of her live streams are 2 hours each. She did not make up this time. Okay. She gets asked about it. One of the times that she gets asked about it, somebody actually says to her, you don't actually have to make up anything. And she's like, oh, well, I feel bad, for people. But yeah, some people feel I don't need to make it up. Some people feel I do. You could tell that she reads out that comment because she doesn't want to make up the 4-hour live stream. And then she keeps being asked, when are you going to make up the 4 hours? And she says, I don't owe pretty much the 4 hours, because I had said that when I live stream over the 2 hours, that's me making up the first 2 hours. So you understand what she's talking about. I actually have screenshots. I actually added everything up because this is a mathematical channel. Yes, I will be this petty today to prove that she has not made up the 2 hours. And I'll tell you why I'm doing it in a minute, because I usually don't go this deep. This is a math channel. All right, so she's talking about first, okay, that she already made up the 2 hours that she missed, not this past week, but earlier than that, all right? Because she owes 4 hours. She's claiming she already made up 2. Okay. She says she went over, right? She went over the live streaming last time she did it, and it was, an extra 2 hours. I went and I counted it. By all means, go ahead and count it with me. So the live stream that she's talking about, where she made up for the other one, is the one that was called Haha Whoops, De-shedding, Crackle, High Discord. So the one where she's wearing a black shirt. When you add up the 25 minutes and 4 seconds, the 39 minutes and 7 seconds, the 1 hour and 11 minutes, the 11 minutes and 51 seconds, don't ever tell anybody that this is not a math channel, you get a whopping 2 hours and 26 minutes. Right? Minutes, seconds, math channel. So exciting. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is this woman did 2 hours and 26 minutes. So you made up 26 minutes out of the 2 hours. At no point did you make up the first 2 hours, Amber. Okay? Why did I do this? Why did I sit there and add it up? I didn't have to. Because it's a blatant lie. If she's going to get paid for blatantly lying, I can add it up. Okay? So Amber, you never made up the first 2 hours. You made up 26 minutes of the first 2 hours. So to be fair, you could say that you owe an hour and a half and then 2 more hours for this past week. She doesn't want to make it up because she barely even wants to go live. And by the way, this live stream, she got off, it was exactly 2 hours and 1 minute, right? And you could say, well, her tooth was hurting. Okay, understandable. But she always does this, even when her tooth doesn't hurt. Amber, you so palpably do not want to show up to work. The audacity of her collecting the money, $10 a month, paying her bills with it. And I know what people are going to say. If people want to pay, then they get what they get. I get it. But let me just put it to you this way, as far as her owing this time to her members. If you paid for a subscription to, whatever, like an app that showed you television shows, and they just didn't show you television shows for 2 weeks straight, you would either want your money back and guarantee you would be refunded. She refuses to refund people, by the way. Where are people's refunds? Give people their money back for you missing 2 weeks. Or that that streaming app would probably give you extra television shows. It would never happen. It would be the refund. But the point is, they would give you television shows extra. She owes people 4 hours and is pretending that the 26 minutes that she did was for the 2 hours. I don't think so, darling. She disrespects people. She treats them so poorly, and I'm so sick and tired of watching it. And my question is, what will you do when you have no more audience members? The bottom line is, she so obviously doesn't want to do the live streams. My advice, stop doing the live streams so you could stop disrespecting the people that pay your bills. Without your audience, you will not be able to pay your bills. Okay, so she basically says that she's really bothered by social media, and that what has been happening is that on YouTube she's being really, really bothered. She uses another word, but we'll say bothered. She says that she's being put into this like box, and she really is done doing anything on YouTube concerning drama. She says that she's done doing her Let's Talk videos because that was all about confirming rumors. She says that she likes the voice notes that people leave her, but she says that she's just done with that video and doing those videos. So all the last questions that people left her, of course, she's not going to answer. This is something that has happened before many, 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 many times, okay? She doesn't want to, in my opinion, address the rumors because they're true. And her desire to address rumors and make videos about it is because she's a drama channel deep down inside. So she says she's going to be trying to stay away from drama, okay? She's going to try to stay away from drama on YouTube. And she wants to stay away from any social media and just do her live streams, do her YouTube videos, and stay away from drama. I promise you that she will not be staying away from drama, okay? Because it's who she is. Please remember that her Let's Talk videos were not forced upon her. She wanted to do them because she's obsessed with trashing reaction channels because she wants to stick it to them. Now, she basically says that in the beginning, like, people are like, show us the tooth that, she had removed. So she does end up showing the picture of the tooth numerous times. I'm not going to show it here. She is obsessed with herself. That's all I could say. The typical person is not running to the internet to show these pictures. They're just inappropriate for her channel and YouTube. I didn't want to see them. Thanks, Amber, for showing these pictures. She basically says that she wants to have the first opportunity to show it on her channel because she knows that reaction channels are like, she's like, oh, well, she calls reaction channels names and says negative things about reaction channels and says, like, they will screenshot this and put it on their bad channel first. And people are like, so this is about you making money first? And she's like, no, it's about reaction channels feeling that they have something on me. Amber, no one needs to have something on you. You hide the truth and then tell on yourself. Reaction channels just repeat it and talk about it with your audience, the audience that you stifle. Reaction channels give your audience a voice. So just remember, she just said that she's being really bothered by everybody on YouTube. People really, really, really bother her on YouTube, and she wants to stop being in drama, but then says this, okay? She has a lot of obviously disdain towards reaction channels, especially Jordy. Oh lordy, it's Jordy reaction channel. I'll try to remember to link his channel down below. Go check him out. He does live streams on lots of different YouTubers, including Amber. she says that, you know what? I stopped watching him in January. Like, honestly, if I hear this one more time, she keeps saying that she stopped watching people that were like bad for her mental health, like in January, but she keeps bringing him up. And then the obligatory, I don't watch reaction channels. I have no idea what people are saying. I don't know. Okay. She brings up other vloggers who get like hundreds of thousands of views. And she's like, they get hundreds of thousands of views and they never read their comments. First of all, where's the proof of that? They just don't talk about the negativity in their comments. They just don't. Most of us, we can have a joke once in a while and maybe say something, but in general, I mean, I'm not somebody that's getting hundreds of thousands of views, but the majority of YouTubers, whether they get hundreds of thousands of views or zero views, are not as obsessed with themselves as you are, and that's why we're not as bothered. We understand it's just a job. So remember now, she believes that she's being bothered on YouTube and she wants to stay away from drama. Right? Okay. Already trash reaction channels, then starts talking about Zachary Michael. Somebody brings Zach up. She starts saying, oh, what is Zach doing? I haven't really been keeping up. What's going on with Zach? This goes back and forth, back and forth. And then somebody keeps asking her about Zach. And this is what she says. This is highly inappropriate to continue to push this topic, especially when she says this. It's obvious that this should not be talked about. So she gets asked, why did Zach stop talking about you? And Zachary Michael did stop talking about Amber on YouTube. So Amber says, well, Zach stopped uploading about me because I went and I DM'd Zach and I, made like Zach feel like a hypocrite. Like Zach started feeling like a hypocrite because I also mentioned Zach's ex, and Zach's ex supposedly doesn't want to be talked about on YouTube. But then when I did that, Zach had to mention Zach's ex, even though Zach knew that Zach's ex didn't want to be mentioned on YouTube. Amber, if you know that Zach's ex, I didn't even know that, okay? How does Amber know that? I thought she's not involved in drama. I guarantee she's spying on Zach as well. She has, my opinion is that Amber found out Zach's private information. Okay. Amber, if you knew this private information, I didn't know that Zach's ex felt anything. I don't even know who he is. Why are you bringing this up on YouTube if you know this person doesn't want to be talked about? And Zach's desires not to talk about you is Zach's business. You're just jealous that Zach doesn't need you to make money. Keep in mind that throughout this whole time, she's saying that she, as always, the blatant lie, I don't watch reaction channels. I don't know what people are saying about me. Oh, really? Okay. You don't want to be in drama, yet you talk about this. Oh, really? Okay. Perfect example. She says that she doesn't know what people are talking about her on YouTube, right? She says that when Foodie Beauty was going to be arrested. And by the way, I know Foodie Beauty's back. I will make a video, okay? This video first. So she says, when Foodie Beauty was going to be arrested, everybody was saying that she stole my crown and I'm so boring and I need my crown back. Amber, how do you know that? Listen, she always tells on herself. How do you know that people were saying this if you don't watch reaction channels? And then this woman, after again being disrespectful, aka disrespectful, towards Zach and their former partner, how does she know all this information? My opinion is she gets this private information about reaction channels somehow. Either she's getting it, like she's already facilitated the purchase of Jordy's information. She told us that she knew all the private information of Mr. Snowflake. Okay, and then on top of all of this, she says, people don't understand what it's like to have privacy. People don't understand privacy. My former partners, she says, their work was contacted and their family was bothered. They had nothing to do with this. And this is why I refuse to let this happen again. Again, like I said, why would she say this if she didn't have a current partner? See how she has a girlfriend? And she basically says that she's been bothered on YouTube so much and she doesn't want any drama and she's staying out of it. Amber, you've done nothing but engage in drama just in this live stream alone. She says that she loves the version of Amberlynn that she is when she's not being like bombarded pretty much by outside influences, and she'd rather lose money, okay, and views, but still be in peace. instead of creating drama. So she wants to have a peaceful channel. Somebody actually says that all her lives are boring, and she says, well, it's not for you, you should leave, stuff like that. Way to go, Ambi. Way to go, Pookie. I hope you listen. I can't even say I hope you keep your audience. I hope that honestly people stop paying for your disrespect, quite frankly. So basically, she says that she's done with all the drama after literally, as Hans Christian Amberlynn would say, she's done with drama after asking for gossip and asking, like, being like, yeah, let's gossip about Zachary Michael after somebody brings it up first. Like, you spent this entire live stream saying negative things about others, but you're going to be done with gossip. Right, got it. So she basically says that she's being slandered. I can assure you she's not being slandered. She doesn't like it that people get to say whatever they want about her, and they are usually right. That's my opinion. Somebody tells her that, like, it's all about like perspective, right? The perspective I have, I like the perspective I have, and on my love life, on everything, and people ruin it for me. They ruin it for my partner. So the thing is that when you introduce partners that don't have a controversial past or something like that, nobody's ruining anything for you. Because, for example, you never said that people ruined your relationship with Beck or Destiny or Wifey, because you don't look up your partners. You're so desperate to accept anyone. Okay, so people are saying it's all about your perspective, and she's saying, no, it's not about, my perspective is correct. Pretty much, that's what she's saying. So people keep telling her, your boundaries aren't healthy because your perspective isn't healthy. And she says, no, people going against my boundaries and my perspective is correct. Okay, people are going against your boundaries, right? Right, Amber? You just posted a picture on your public Facebook where it was public and you could see all the people that did not agree to be in your bingo photo. And we don't understand privacy, and our boundaries aren't healthy. Like, Amber, I'm going to just say this one time. Your behavior is the problem. And then you're upset not because of your behavior, because you think everything you do is right. You're upset that people call you out on it and are successful at reaching your audience that you ignore and stifle. Okay, a really big chunk of the live stream centers on her health, okay? I'm just going to mention this very quickly. No judgments. I definitely don't want to discuss this. I'm just mentioning this because she did, and this is a recap of what she said in a members only live where you're paying $10 to see it. She said she lost 15 pounds. She also says that she took new batteries and installed new batteries, put new batteries into her old scale and her new scale. And now her new scale is not really working that well. She says it's like a few pounds off, and the old scale is working again. Fine. Okay. So then the rest of the stream centers heavily around her being in pain because she had a tooth removed. Look, I feel for her. Any of us that have had our wisdom teeth taken out or our teeth removed understand that it's not a pleasant process, okay? I hope you heal quickly, Amber, and I wish you the best with your teeth health, okay? I do. I want you to feel better, okay? But I have to say that I've never seen anyone other than her that makes such a big deal about stuff like this. I have to tell you something. You can't even imagine the health things that people on YouTube go through and don't tell you about. And they are way worse than anything that Amber Reid has ever gone through. Okay? And they're back to work in 4 days. They're back to work in 3 days. They're back to work in a week. And they don't complain here either. Okay? So she talks about, this is like a literal quote from her live stream, quote, my teeth are good. I have good teeth. She actually says this. She then says that the reason that this has happened to her tooth is because it's hereditary. And she says that she definitely takes care of her teeth, but quote, sometimes your mouth does not sync up. What does that mean? Also commonly known as, you haven't gone to the dentist in years, Amber. Okay? Okay, she says that she cannot do 4-hour live streams to make up for the ones that she actually missed, which, what a big surprise, because her jaw hurts and all my teeth are fine. It was just that one broken tooth. And last week I was in so much pain. And oh, wow, my tooth hurt so much. Then she mentions how Foodie Beauty seems happier in Canada. Okay, fine. So she goes on and on and on about the tooth. And this is where the lie comes in. So she says that she actually does dental cleanings once a year. And this is just a blatant lie, which we will get to. And she basically says that she does take care of her teeth, okay? And it's just hereditary. That's why she had that tooth removed and she was in so much pain. And I mean, like, obviously, I am clearly condensing this for you guys, but the majority of the live stream is where she just continues to mention her teeth, and her teeth are still hurting, and her mouth is hurting, and her tooth hurt. Okay. Here's the bottom line, and this is the only thing I'm going to say about the tooth, because I had to suffer through 2 hours of her talking about her teeth, so you don't have to. Amber, I think that you are blatantly lying about your situation with seeing a dentist regularly, at least once a year. Here's how I know that. So if you saw a dentist regularly, at least, at the very least, when you have been living in Oklahoma, the dentist would have told you to, as soon as possible, remove your tooth. It was half broken and then it finally broke off. But you said in your YouTube public monetized video that you were in pain for years. If you went to the dentist and they did a basic exam, and they would have touched that tooth, you would have been like, oh wow, I'm in pain, and they would have told you you need to get rid of this tooth. That's how I know you haven't gone to the dentist in years and you're not getting teeth cleanings. Another way she tells on herself is, whenever people ask her, do you take care of your teeth? She says, oh, I brush morning and night. She never talks about flossing, and she never talks about getting dental cleanings, like going to the dentist. The point is, the average person, you ask them, you say, hey, how do you take care of your teeth? I floss, I brush my teeth morning and night, and I go to regularly scheduled checkups. The part about this situation that's so wild is, a lot of you said this in my other video, a lot of people cannot afford dental care, like the care that they need or want or whatever, or maybe they don't have insurance, they don't have the money to get insurance, right? This woman can afford dental care, and common sense alone will tell you, if she's been in pain for years, she says that this became a baseline new normal pain in her mouth. For years she's been in pain. You know what I have to say, Amber? Girl, you a lie. You a lot. She's clearly lying about seeking medical dental help yearly, because any dentist would have told you. You would have told them you're in pain. No dentist is going to say, you're in pain. I'm not going to think about it. I'm just not going to think about it. Not going to think anything of it. So that's how you know she's lying and she's not seeking medical dental care regularly. So she says that she's decided that she's never going on Keemstar's LOL show. Okay, so she was saying that she was obsessed with them and she loves them so much and she definitely wants to be on it. She says that she is nothing like them, that she is very different from them. She is not like anyone on the show. And somebody tells her, well, they would just eat you up. And she says, I would not retaliate. Look, I'm going to tell you what I think this is about. I'm 100 on this. I'm 100 on my opinion. Oh, by the way, Amber also shows a photo of herself that she decided to take. She seems very proud of this photo, and well, wonderful Pookie. Can I call you Pookie? How dare anyone accuses you of being a narcissist? Imagine you're doing a live stream about your life on a channel that is about you, as you're literally Inception Lynn, sealing Inception Lynn. You're literally, as Hans Christian Amberlynn would say, showing a photo of yourself that you took. It's just amazing. Okay. I think the reason that she doesn't want to go on Keemstar's show is because she finally realized that they're not going to play her reindeer games anymore. Recently, Keemstar called her out, and despite her trying to make a joke out of this, which not even a good save, she understands that Keemstar is not going to play games with her. Like, honestly, Amber, I know that you think that you're controlling the narrative and the situation on your YouTube channel. She says that people need to get a divorce on some television show she's watching. I really don't care. The reason I bring this up is, remember when she said that reaction channels were not allowed to get a divorce, and getting a divorce was the worst possible thing? Only for reaction channels, obviously. Again, rules for television stars, but not for reaction channels, right, Pookie? Okay. She then makes a very big deal out of getting like fake roses and fruits, I guess, gifted to her in the live stream. Always the bridesmaid, never the Kermit, eh, Pookie? She also basically doesn't know who certain historical figures are, and when people bring that up to her and say that she must have not been going to school, she starts bringing up her past yet again, saying that she was too worried about her parents. Look, I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm so done. I really hope you enjoyed this video. That's all I could say. Here's my thing. Despite all the various things that she is doing and me definitely wishing her all the best with her tooth, and I hope you do feel better and you will clearly recover. Stop making a bigger deal about this than it really is. I will say this. The reason that these live streams are incredibly difficult for me to get through is because of how she treats other people. Amber, I know that you want a better relationship with your audience. And it's very palpable and very clear that you believe that the reason you have a bad relationship with your audience is only and solely because of them. I'm here to tell you it's because of you. When you tell us that you message your members on Insta and tell them that they're going to be blocked, that says to me that you've lost the plot, girly. Okay? So she treats people terribly, and that is why you will never, ever, ever be happy on YouTube. It's not the rumors that aren't rumors, but the truth. It's not the reaction channels that are literally keeping you afloat and letting you make money. It's that you treat people not how they want to be treated, but how deep down inside you feel about yourself. Think about that. All right, I want to thank all of you so very much for watching today. I really appreciate it. Check out this other video. It's on a similar topic. Let me know your thoughts and comments in the comments down below. Thank you so much for spending some of your time with me, and I will see you next time. Bye.